Well, let's take a look at some 12-inch infinite baffle contenders today. Uh, all four of these are listed as Crutchfield or by Crutchfield as free air drivers. So we're going to roll with that. Um, I looked at the specs. There are some that are listed as free air drivers that I wouldn't consider to be free air drivers. So I weeded those out and I got just four flavors here that are what I would consider free air drivers and what Crutchfield also considers free air drivers. So we're in agreement and we're going to roll with that. Um, and I wanted to pick four different brands, but I was unable to do so because there's only three brands that carry drivers that Crutchfield considers to be free air drivers. So we wound up with two JBLs on this list. Now the first driver we have, as I said, these are all 12s, is an Infinity Kappa 123WD SSI, and then we have a Pioneer TS D12D4. D12D4, yeah, it's hard to, yeah, it's a TS. Then we got the JBL Arena 12, and we got the JBL Stadium 2 SSI. And from now on, we're going to be calling them the JBL Arena, JBL 12, the Pioneer, and the Infinity Kappa. So you guys have that straightened out. The prices on the Infinity Kappa is $300. The Pioneer is less than $200. The JBL is around $550. This is the Arena, and the JBL Stadium's around $280. So there's your prices, and let's get started. And again, I said these are all 12-inch drivers. They all have variable impedances, so you can get them in whatever flavor you need. The Infinity Kappa has a glass fiber over paper cone. The Pioneer has an aramid fiber interlaced. I don't know. It is what it is. The JBL Arena has a composite paper cone, and the JBL Stadium has glass fiber over paper. I honestly prefer the glass fiber over paper and the composite paper across the board. That's my preference. The surround on the Infinity Kappa is rubber. The Pioneer has butyl rubber, which is the same as the Infinity Kappa. The JBL, the Arena has a nitrile butane, I didn't know how to pronounce that, butadiene rubber, and the Stadium has rubber. So they all have butyl rubber surrounds. They just say it in different ways. And we're not worried about ports because we're not doing that. All of these are listed as free air by Crutchfield, as I said. They not all dual voice coil, but they have a dual voice coil model, so don't worry about that. The sensitivity. This is how much you get per watt. And it's good to balance your system with sensitivity. And they're all pretty close, except the Pioneer has a slightly lower sensitivity rating. The Infinity Kappa is listed at 92 dB at 2.83 watts, or volts. And that's a different way of rating. And three of them are using the same rating system, and Pioneer is using the standard, which is 78 dB at 1 watt per meter. 1 watt or 1 meter. These other three are using a different rating system. And so it's kind of unfair to compare them. But looking at them, we'll go through them anyway. The Infinity Kappa is 92 dB at 2.83 volts. The JBL Arena is 87.6 dB at 2.83 volts. The JBL Stadium is 92 dB at 2.83 volts. Higher sensitivity is typically better, but it isn't always a deciding factor. Not really important for what we're doing. I just wanted to clear that up. It's kind of confusing. The frequency response is far more important for this comparison. The Infinity Kappa has a 25 to 175 hertz frequency response. which is good. It's a nice low number. The Pioneer has an even lower number of 20 hertz to 4,700 watts. It's kind of crazy. That thing is almost a tweeter. You guys think I'm joking. Tweeters typically play down to around 3,000 hertz. So this Pioneer subwoofer can be a tweeter. Yeah, I'm not putting a lot of faith in that number. The JBL Arena has a 29 to 1,500 hertz response, which is a very wide response that is still realistic. And the JBL Stadium has a 25 to 175 hertz response. Again, that's totally fine. I'm not sure about this woofer tweeter that Pioneer has, but well, we'll roll with it. The main thing we're interested here on this list is the lowest number. That's the important one, and they're all close. No real standouts except for Pioneer. I don't trust their numbers. All of these handle in the same power range. The Infinity Kappa is a 500 watt RMS. The Pioneer is 600 watts RMS. The JBL Arena is 1200 watts RMS or 800 watts RMS, and the JBL Stadium is a 500 watt RMS sub. I would consider all of these to be around 500 watts RMS whenever I was putting it together. So we're not worried about peak numbers. On down to the FS. The FS, which is the speaker's frequency that it wants to vibrate, the one that it generally loves vibrating at. The Infinity Kappa is 34.2, the Pioneer is 34, the JBL Arena is 31.4, and the JBL Stadium is 33.8. The QTS, which is the number that designates it to being a good candidate for free air or infinite baffle environment. The the best score is a 0.707. That's the number you're always wanting to hit. The Infinity Kappa is a 0.778, which is really good. The Pioneer is a 0.69, so that'd be a 0.690. The JBL Arena is a 1.007, which is a very stiff speaker. What that designates is it's going to be exceptionally good at not over-excurting itself. It's going to not like playing stupid low. However, it does have a FS of 31, which is the lowest of the group. So it's kind of a wash between those two numbers. The JBL Stadium has a 0.849. X-Max, we'll get to that. The Infinity Kappa has a 10.25 X-Max, millimeter X-Max. The Pioneer has a 13 millimeter X-Max. The sucker will move. That's a lot of movement for a 12. And then the JBL Arena is an 11 millimeters of X-Max, and the JBL Stadium at 10.25. Now, the Pioneer, the JBL, both JBLs and the Pioneer have 1-year warranties. The Infinity Kappa has a 3-year parts and labor warranty. That is epically good for a subwoofer. That is impressive. So, in the looks department, well, I don't know. It's going to be a toss-up, I think. See, normally the appearance is not as big of a deal, but whenever you're running infinite baffle, you typically have the rear of your speaker on display in some portion of your build. So having something that has a nice looking backside is nice. Also, the prices are relevant. You notice the prices are quite a big difference here. The outliers are the JBL Stadium and the Infinity Kappa. They're both about the same price. And then, of course, the JBL Arena is a $550 speaker. It's the one that had the 1.0 something QTS. And the Pioneer, with its amazing ability to play tweeter frequencies, is only $180. If you buy this thing, you don't even need to buy tweeters. You just install this and you're good. So the spectrum is big here. Um, but I'm gonna be honest. My instinct tells me that the Arena is going to be the very best of the. It's going to be the very best for free air. My instinct tells me that. Even though the price is $549, I think it is the very best. However, it's number one, it's listed in low stock right now. Number two, it's $549 a piece. Those are two big things. And my I absolutely love the way it looks. It's got a nice looking backside, which means, you're going to be displaying it. You want it to look good. You don't want it to look like some, you know, piece of crap, right? And I really feel like it's going to be the best. But if I'm going to pick drivers, and based on everything else, all things considered, I would choose either the Infinity Kappa or the JBL Stadium for a couple of reasons. One, the prices are better. I don't think the JBL Arena is twice the subwoofer as the other two. And so I don't really feel like it's as good of a deal. I don't like the fact, I'm worried about the fact that it's got such a high QTS. I'm worried that it's not going to want to play as low as it says it can play. But I think the JBL Stadium would be my pick for staying on track with all things considered. And if it's not in stock, I would probably go with the Infinity Kappa. Now, having said that, if money is not an issue for you, if you can just throw money at anything, then this Arena is probably going to be the best overall choice. But again, money is a thing. All four of these drivers will do the job. I don't really have a lot of faith in the numbers provided by Pioneer. And I just don't, because they give me some really bonkers frequency response. That worries me. And that just worries me. I don't trust their numbers. Whenever they give me crazy numbers like that, it makes me not want to trust any of their numbers. It is what it is, right? Yeah, I think if I had to pick, if I'm going to pick a winner, I think my winner is going to be the Infinity Kappa. I don't think there's a bad choice in this bunch, but it's got a good looking. That's a really good looking subwoofer, guys. From the back, look at that. That thing's got all kinds of goodness going on. I mean, that's clean. You can select 2 or 4 on voice coil. Right there, selectable. That nice. Well, look at that. That's a good looking driver. So yeah, my choice is going to be this guy, the Infinity Kappa 123WDSSI. I believe this is the choice for a nice, clean, infinite baffle setup. I think this will do the job nicely and be the best money spent. Anyway, guys, if you find my information helpful, be sure and hit that subscribe button and leave comments. I love my comments. That's how I know what you guys are interested in and how I know when I'm doing a good job or a bad job. But come on down here and check it out. Let's look over here real quick at the reviews and see what we got. So, all we got is 5-star and 4-star reviews. So, that's a good sign. It meets the review criteria also. So, yeah. Infinity Kappa 123WD SSI. Peace, guys.